Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. It's Friday, August 27th. Important news today. The SBA has announced they are opening up supplemental grants for shuttered venue operator grant awardees. I'll talk about what that means and who's eligible and how much you can potentially get. And yesterday we did a poll asking you to rate the SBA EIDL program. The results are surprising and a lot of great comments here. I'll give a quick update on EIDL 2.0. Plus there's other important news. Last night the Supreme Court ends the eviction moratorium, which will affect hundreds of thousands of people, if not more. And a quick piece on how to get rid of personal debt in 4 straightforward steps. I'll start with the big news, but be sure to watch until the end and give this video a thumbs up so more people see it. Thank you so much for subscribing and continuing to support our channel. Like I do every weekend, I catch up on comments, so drop in your comments. Myself and our entire team love hearing from you and specifically what you're going through. Okay, here's the announcement. The SBA put out a few minutes ago. SBA opened supplemental grant applications for shuttered venue operator grant awardees. A lot of you might be upset by this because basically they're giving away more grant funding for the small number of people in the shuttered venue operator grant bucket, while at the same time, millions of you are still waiting to be eligible for your targeted $10,000 grants, topping up to $10K, or those additional $5K grants. But because there's extra money in the shuttered venue operators grant, SVOG, pot of money, they're basically saying, okay, we have to get this money out rather than try to reallocate it elsewhere, because based on the legislation, this has to go to certain types of businesses. Here's what it means. SVOG supplemental awards are to be provided to those who received an initial grant and have illustrated a 70% loss when comparing 2021's first quarter revenues with the same quarter in 2019. So far, approximately $9 billion has been awarded in initial SVOGs to more than 11,500 venues. Again, we're talking about a magnitude difference here. When we talk about targeted and supplemental grants, the people that could be helped if the legislation was different is over 1 million other businesses. We're talking about 11,000 here. 100x that, we get 1.1 million. Here's how it works. Supplemental award applicants can choose to apply for any amount up to 50% of their original SVOG amount with a $10 million cap of the initial and supplemental awards combined according to the law. Of course, these are grants, so people are going to go after the maximum that they can get. The supplemental awards also allow SVOG recipients to extend the time to use their grant funds for expenses accrued through June 30th, 2022 and lengthen their budget period to 18 months from the initial grant's disbursement date. Would love to hear what you think about this. Are you a shuttered venue that can be helped by this, or are you still waiting for other types of funding like the EIDL grants? Which is a good segue into our question: how many stars would you rate the SBA EIDL loan program to date? 2,500 votes. We put this up yesterday. 55% would give 1 star. Of course, many of you in the comments asked why 0 stars wasn't an option. So bottom line, of course, many of you chiming in have this negative perception and just are disappointed in the process. Many of you have compared 2020 EIDL implementation and gave last year 5 stars and have said that this year you'd give the SBA 1 star. Of course, the main reason behind a lot of that negativity is perhaps you are still waiting, or if you did receive funding, it was a painful process where you had to call the SBA or just wait a much longer time than you should have. 13% give 2 stars, so over 2/3 of folks are 2 stars or below. Only 12% would give the SBA 5 stars on how they've done the EIDL loan program. Again, I don't think these percentages will change too much, but if you want to chime in, hit subscribe, then go to our community tab to cast your vote. Now, the big news yesterday was that the Supreme Court ends the eviction moratorium. It was a 5-4 vote. The Supreme Court lifted in the Biden administration's eviction ban extension, stating that the CDC has exceeded its authority. The Biden administration is now calling on state and local agencies to do what they can do to prevent evictions. This was an 8-page report that the Supreme Court put out when making this decision. Basically, the court decided that while protecting people from COVID-19 is a righteous cause, quote, our system does not permit agencies to act unlawfully, in this case the CDC, even in pursuit of desirable ends. The court also reiterated that Congress must pass legislation to extend the moratorium, which Congress has not done. There's still a lot of power in the hands of state and local agencies to prevent evictions. For example, California and New York still have moratoriums in place, but at this point, because of this decision, it will come down to the state and local level. And of course, it's mixed news. We've done polls on this in the past. Some of you are landlords, homeowners who haven't been paid, who are also struggling. So there's a flip side to this. There's 3.6 million tenants expected to be evicted soon because of this, With the slow disbursement of the emergency rental assistance, which I talked about yesterday, only 10% of this money has gone out. As a result, this will likely result in the evictions of hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of tenants. Conversely, for struggling landlords who rely on rental income, this is good news for you. The main takeaway is the states and local governments need to do a better job getting out rental assistance to people who need it. Just like all these programs, the funding is there. In this case, there's over $30 billion left for rental assistance. States and cities need to get this out to prevent a lot of these evictions. Finally, if you are looking for help, of course, on our app, we have our new funding tracker. Go to HelloSkip in the App Store, track your funding, see how much you need, and what options are available depending on your situation. Very important. We've just put up a new version today of the app, so just search HelloSkip in the App Store or Google Play, or go to trackeidlgrant.com. Link is in the description. We did 4 quick tips on how to get rid of personal debt, which will also help improve your credit score. And I just did a video on 5 tips to improve your credit score. With regards to personal debt, step 1, lower your expenses. Step 2, temporarily increase your wages. Step 3, follow a debt payoff strategy. And step 4, recreate your budget. We go into some specifics here that you'll want to check out. It's on our app. We hope a lot of these tips help, along with new funding opportunities. We're always trying to balance other strategies and ways to improve your situation for you personally or for your business. Most importantly, thanks so much for tuning in and giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing. Stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.